Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video here on the Back to Beta server. And it's been a few weeks since I've said those words. It's been a few weeks since I've actually recorded anything on the Back to Beta server. And there's a few reasons for that. Now, firstly, I made a huge compilation video on all of my videos from the Back to Beta server. So the 2 years of video creation that I've done on the server, I made a big compilation video of that took 2 hours, and that was a mammoth task. That was a bigger video than I expected to make, but I think it turned out pretty cool. And if you saw that video and you enjoyed it, thank you so much for watching it. And I'm really appreciative of all the comments that got left on that video. It was really nice to read through. And yeah, if you're brand new and you don't know what that video is, it'll be linked below. Check it out. It's a good little recap of all the things I've done on this server for the past 2 years. And then after I basically finished that video, I was away for like a couple weeks, which was a bit annoying, and then I was sick, which was extra annoying. Obviously, it's really hard to record when you're sick, but I still managed to make a couple of videos as well, which I was happy about. Some tutorials and an Elytra video, which I thought was pretty cool. And the fourth reason is I've been doing a lot of things behind the scenes, so planning for things both related to the server and not related to the server. One of those things has been discussions around Season 2. That's right, Season 2 of Back to Beta, which has been pretty fun to actually talk about and explore with the other members. Now, I won't be talking about when it will be coming around because it hasn't really been finalized, but I am going to say we are not resetting the world. Don't worry, don't fret, we're not resetting the world. We're going to keep the same world, but instead we're going to move out super far on the server. We're going to move out super far away and start civilization again. We're probably going to change the world spawn, you know, when the time comes around to it. Now, that's all I'm going to say on Season 2, but for now, let's enjoy the rest of Season 1. And in other news, since the last time we kind of talked like this, you know, face to face on the camera, I've got a new crown, which is cool. I got a brand new crown, courtesy of Olives, which I think is really cool. And I like it a lot more. I think it's a lot more personal, and I think it's a lot more fitting to beta as well. I like this crown a lot better. So yeah, I hope you guys like it as well. And yeah, leave nice comments about it in the comment section. Now, you're probably wondering where we are and what this big bridge is. Now, this is the last block's base, and yeah, we're riding the rail that I've actually constructed. This is the last block's first original base, which isn't quite finished. If we go over this hill, here we go. If we come up over this hill, you might recognize this. This is the last block's original base. You might remember we did this clock that he never finished the top of, but we did this like item timer clock, which was pretty cool. And yeah, this is a pretty cool base, but he hasn't really come back to it and hasn't finished it. There's some walls that are left undone and things. But yeah, I noticed there was this really nice open space out here, and I wanted to kind of get away from my desert, get into some lush green areas for a change. And yeah, I found this place out here, and I thought it would be really cool to build a nice massive bridge, because I have a ton of cobblestone. As some of you know, I have tons and tons of cobblestone that I've mined out through the season. I've given away double chests and double chests of cobblestone, like ridiculous amounts of cobblestone, and I'm still left with like well over 30 double chests of cobblestone. So I wanted to start a project that would actually get me to use a ton of the cobblestone stores that I have, and this project has done a pretty good job at that. Mainly with the slabs, like the smooth stone slabs. They're very expensive when you're using them in large quantities like this. But I built this bridge, and I think it looks really cool. I haven't really added anything on top. I think something that would be cool on top would be maybe like leaves to tie it into like this natural kind of terrain here would be pretty cool. I saw Ryan made like a massive tree, and the way he did it was by making the alpha trees and then like sort of shaping them, and I think that would be cool to do up here, but I'm not quite sure yet. Yeah, this project is basically to basically use up a bunch of the resources I have. Like, I have a ton of iron blocks. I wouldn't mind making like an iron cube in this little hollow out area over here. So yeah, this is kind of what I've been working on off camera. It's been kind of difficult to actually start this episode because I felt like I didn't have a project or something that I was super passionate about showing, or like a story to kind of tie into it. But I think this is cool to show at least, and yeah, we can continue working on this together, I think. Okay, but before we actually continue that project, I actually have another project that I'd like to be working on, that I have Ryan's permission to work on. And yeah, we're at Ryan and Olive's base right now. They've kind of merged their places, basically. Ryan's main area is all over that way, and Olive's has done a lot of the work over this side, which is pretty spectacular. Their combined base is pretty insane. But yeah, if we look over this way, there's this cathedral over here that is basically just floating. Now, I'm pretty sure Ryan built this. I know Olive's helped. I'm sure Ryan designed it. But yeah, I'd like to basically put this on something, because right now it's floating. I'd like to build a platform for it. And originally I was thinking maybe we could terraform a bit, but I think it might look better to start off with like a retaining wall and then maybe terraform after the fact. So yeah, I'm gonna get started on this. I actually have a bed and things, and yeah, the first thing I'm gonna do is actually make a platform of grass that goes all the way around that is like a reasonable size. Okay, so I finished extending the grass platform. As you can see, it's still growing. And I made this path come out and around here. I feel like it looks quite nice and is probably a little bit realistic. You'd have like a little bit of a gate wall maybe and some grass. I feel like that's kind of realistic. And it goes around this back part, which I've flattened as well. But I haven't really added anything further. We're going to have to do some terraforming over there. But before we do that, I think the most important thing is this retaining wall around the front, which I want to get to. Now, I've done a little mock-up over here so that you guys can have a pretty good idea of what we want this to look like. Now, from here, the main thing I didn't want to do was obstruct any view of the actual structure itself, and I also didn't want this sandstone that ties in with the bridge to blend too much into this. So once this is all done, we're gonna have, you know, some foliage here plus some like little trees and stuff to actually break up the sandstone, so it's very obviously not this. But yeah, maybe this is the best way to show. Hang on. Okay, there's a bit of a better view here. So basically what we've got is this 3-layered kind of wall here, and in between there's grass, and each layer sort of has a different topping on top. Now, as we add details, it'll probably tie in a bit better to this bridge. But yeah, right now this is kind of the design we're going with, and this is going to go all the way around. It's going to look really good once there's some foliage in here, and once this whole top part is covered in grass as well. It's going to just make the build look so much more finished rather than just, you know, a building plonked into a random spot, you know. So yeah, this is kind of the design we're working with, and I talked to Ryan and he said it was fine. We're going to basically put in some lights along the way there and some extra details, signs and stuff, but yeah, you guys will see that once it's done. And I think around the outside on the bottom we're gonna have basically just grass all the way around, because I think that'll help then break it up from the water to the wall and then to the church. So I'm gonna get started building this, and you guys will get a much better idea of what it's gonna look like when it's obviously done. Now, I think this is looking pretty nice. I think this is a pretty good addition to the build on top. I think this is a pretty good retaining wall to be having this stood on. It's got a lot of detail. I like it. And it's the same on both sides. It's hard to really see from all angles. There's not a good vantage point. I mean, over there will be eventually a good vantage point. Well, I guess if I fall down here, it'll be a good vantage point too. So if I walk over here, we can have a look. We can have a look from the corner as well. I feel like this will look good. Although this might be a bit too low down to really fully appreciate. I mean, that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I spent a bit of time putting some details in this, and I think it looks pretty good. I think I need to add like more ladders and maybe some signs along there so that it looks a little more detailed. Break up the sandstone just that little bit more, but But you see what I mean about the trees, and the cobblestone really separates the wall from the actual build itself. And I've also gone ahead and started the other side as well. Now this one's even cooler. It kind of comes around in a circle and wraps around the whole back of the building. I might get onto a different instance, one that I have free cam on, and do a little fly around in a second. But yeah, I think this detail is looking really cool. I mean, it really separates the build from the building, and I thought this bridge looked really good, and I think it does look really good. But now that there's like this hugely detailed wall here, I feel like the bridge looks almost a little flat, comparatively speaking. But we've even added more details on the top. Obviously, there's got to be a lot to be added over there. But with the help of olives, I've actually made this little pathway that has like a little fence almost. I feel like when you go to like universities or like chapels like this, they have these little fences. Now, we don't really have the exact thing to make fences. Like if this was in 1.0 or later, I'd probably use like iron bars here, but instead we're using these glitched lever blocks, which I think are really cool, and I've shown them off before. But I think these do the job. I was going to use just regular levers, but then talking with Olives, we agreed that this was a cooler look and probably more unique as well. And yeah, we've got sort of grass either side. Now, I was thinking maybe some flower beds would be nice to add along the way, but we'll get to that. We haven't fully finished all the details. And then this is a part that I'm really happy with. I put this together again with a little help from Olives. We've got the invisible stairs so that the grass doesn't grow on the dirt. But then we've also got this path of least resistance, right? So it's almost like the normal way to go would be to come around here, but obviously people don't have time for that. That's a lot of work. So instead, you're going to walk across here, and it's over time it's created this muddy mess of a walkway, and no one uses that spot. And I was really happy with how this kind of turned out. Actually, the way that it's kind of muddy mostly, and then a little bit of dirt on the edges where it's able to dry, and then even this where the mud has kind of tracked off the boots or something and got onto the soul sand. That was a pretty cool idea. I think it turned out pretty cool, and these rocks are hiding the water that's hydrating the ground here. So yeah, I think this is looking really cool, and we've got the same on this side. Now this side's pretty cool. We've got a little walkway down here, so that you can actually walk down into the garden and also fall off again. It's the second time. Can't seem to stand on anything. But yeah, I'm thinking this is looking pretty good, and I've also extended the pathway to sort of go around the back. We might just do the full 360, I think, as it turns nighttime. Pretty dangerous times. But as we come around here, you'll see I extended this pathway. I don't think I even showed this before, but I extended this pathway. Now this is still yet to be detailed, but it kind of goes all the way around, which is really nice. Alright, now here I have an instance where I can actually use free cam. So now if we zoom out within the context of the whole build, I think this is looking pretty cool. I think something that needs to happen is maybe there needs to be some trees sort of around where I'm standing either side, or something just to elevate the last platform there that I'm standing on, because right now it's very flat, and I think that's something that needs to happen. And yeah, like I said before, some further detailing on the sandstone, like some signs and some ladders, I think will really finish the thing off. And if we come out this way, you can see the work that I've been doing on this side, which I think is pretty cool. As you can see, it's not detailed yet. Olives and Whammy helped with a little bit of the manual labor on this, but I think it looks pretty cool. And yeah, it's a bit of a different shape to the other side. It's got a lot more space, and I was thinking, yeah, some more builds can come in here. I think maybe Whammy put that there as like yeah, there could be a fountain here or something. But you can't see, but there's actually some really nice mountains out this way. It's actually quite a nice view to look out at. Obviously no one's going to be looking in at this probably from this angle very much, but it's a nice thing to finish off all the details of an area, I think. So I'm going to be working on this over the next few days and finishing off, and I'll probably show you the end product in the next video. Now we're back at my base because I want to show you guys where I've been collecting all my sand and sandstone, because believe it or not, I've run out of sandstone and I've had to actually start collecting it. Sand, not so much. But yeah, some people seem to think that we allow duping on our server, which we don't. Duping is a pretty common thing in beta Minecraft because it's quite easy, and sand is kind of harder to get. The deserts can be quite small. But yeah, so we don't have duping on the server, so we have to collect it all manually, and this is sort of my excavation site underneath the stadium, which is kind of cool. And you'll see that an old friend has been brought back after a very, very long time. We've got him back. This build that Ryan made in right in the middle of like my area. It was like right over there. And yeah, he's been gone for a while, but now he's just chilling. He's just chilling underneath the grandstands. But yeah, as you can see, I've mined out a big, huge area under here. It's a bit of a massive operation. This right here is the Spleef arena. You know, we can actually see underneath the redstone for the bow PvP area. So it's like, you know, right underneath the grandstand and behind the murals. And yeah, if we come up here, you'll see. I mean, I've collected a whole lot of sand. And obviously all the sandstone I've taken over to Ryan's area and used. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that we do actually collect everything manually on this server. There's no duping of any kind, and yeah, it's all legit. Alright, but here we are back at this project out at the last blocks area, and just to finish off this video, I wanted to show you some of the little bit of progress I've made here, and we'll just keep chipping away at this project over the course of however long it takes, I guess. But yeah, basically I've added these little, I don't know, little wooden support things, and I want to add like leaf bushes all around them. And in beta, as some of you may know, some of you may not know, in beta, leaves decay if they're not close enough to logs, so you can't just place leaves everywhere. So yeah, inside there are logs, and that's what's holding the leaves together, and I've incorporated that in the design of these. And yeah, I've just made this like kind of bush kind of thing in here, and it looks kind of cool when you're walking under it. Now, it was a little bit of a different idea to what I had before. I was thinking maybe there would be leaves kind of all the way across, but as I was walking across the bridge to build these, I thought that I kind of liked how open each section was, so I thought maybe it'd be cool just to have the bushes in each part here. I would like to find some way to connect each of these, maybe like almost like with fences or something that come down and then back up. I feel like that would be kind of cool, almost like ropes kind of tying them together or something like that. But they're just really far apart, so I'm gonna have to mess around with that. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments if you have any ideas, but this is kind of what I'm thinking for this so far. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep messing around with this, and we'll see how it goes. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. It's been a while since we've had a back to beta video, so I hope you guys are you know, excited that we're back into beta, you know, the server. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Laters.